states going, why in the world would you do that? We're not going to do that here. And the market would cause people to see the pain happening in California and not happening in, say, Texas or Idaho, and go, okay, let's learn from this. And the people in California would finally wake up and stop doing it. Or you'd have enough of people with brains moving out of California to the red states that California would, even the left there, would have to wake up and not do it anymore. The reason that's not happening, even though you definitely do have a lot of people moving out of the leftist states, that part is happening. But the reason no one's coming to their senses is because it's not just in one state. It's the whole country, because we handed all this power over to the federal government that they were never supposed to have. We started letting the federal government get involved in things that the Constitution never gave them permission to do. And your food supply is one of those things. There is zero, not any constitutional authority for a Department of Education that is brainwashing our children with this environmental wacko nonsense. There is zero constitutional authority for a Department of Agriculture that is also brainwashing and buying off our food supply and doing the destructive behavior of telling farmers and ranchers what they can or can't do, and all the things that all of this. If we had just followed the Constitution, if we had just said, hey, federal government, get out of our business. If the states would stand up, at this point, I think, we might have a chance at doing this. We might have a chance at the states finally waking up and saying, is that pain high enough yet? Hey, soy boys out there, is that pain high enough for you yet? It's time to say no. It's time for the states to say, we don't care what the Department of Agriculture or the Department of Education does. We're not following any of it. And I actually saw you probably saw the clip of Donald Trump saying he's going to get rid of the Department of Education. Now, I take this with a grain of salt, because Republicans have been saying this for, I'm not exaggerating here, 40 years. Ronald Reagan said he was going to get rid of the Department of Education. George Bush said he was going to get rid of the Department of Education. George W. Bush said he was going to, no, take that back. He never said he was going to get rid of the Department of Education. He expanded the Department of Education. No Child Left Behind, remember that? We spent more when the Republicans got in charge through the Department of Education than the Democrats did. But Republicans in Congress said they were going to get rid of it. Newt Gingrich said he was going to get rid of it. Everybody said they were going to get rid of it. All the Republicans have been campaigning on that for 40 years. So the fact that Donald Trump says it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but this is a guy that did more to actually follow through on his promises than any president in my lifetime. Maybe any president in history. So who knows? Maybe he is going to get rid of the Department of Education. I would love that. I've been calling for that for 25 years. Okay, there's no question it's unconstitutional. There's no question it has messed up our education system, destroyed the public school education system. Didn't just mess it up, destroyed it. And you might say, well, Rick, how did we survive without the Department of Education? Folks, the Department of Education's only been around since Jimmy Carter. So it's only been around for 45 years. So absolutely get rid of it. Absolutely get rid of the Department of Agriculture. Stop brainwashing our children through the Department of Education. Stop allowing the environmental wackos to control every level of government. And start standing up for federalism. A republic of republics. That's what we are supposed to be. Let's get back to being exactly that. And only allowing the national piece of that republic of republics, the federal government, to do only those 17 things the Constitution says that they can do. Okay, I'm going to stop ranting. We're going to get to your phone calls, 888-589-8840, 888-589-8840. Let me know how much you're looking forward to eating bugs, or if you're enjoying a steak for lunch while you listen to it. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Green, America's Constitution Coach. You're listening to At the Core.
In response was to work toward getting completely out of debt. So much fruitfulness and faithfulness to God has been robbed from us due to the impact of crushing debt. One of the best things you can do for your family right now is to become debt-free.
Listen each weekday from 5 to 6 p.m. Central for the Hamilton